I call the honourable member Chris Okenvold.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And I recognise him as well.
Thank you very much indeed. The Inquiries Bill has had, as we've just heard from the Honourable Trevor Mallard, wide support in the House. And indeed, it's a bill for which its time has come. It's being passed to reform and modernise the law relating to public inquiries. And we've heard at depth from the Honourable Chris Tremaine and the Honourable Trevor Mallard on the background to that. What I would like to do in a fairly short address, Mr. Speaker, is just cover the purpose of the bill to some extent, but also to just see why it is important and how this bill will be so relevant to the moment. Because the purpose of the bill is to address the forms of inquiry that we have, and it establishes two forms of inquiry: public inquiries, which include royal commissions, and government inquiries, which report directly to a minister. It provides both forms of inquiry with the same legal powers and protection, maximising flexibility and freeing inquiries from procedural constraints. Just a comment, Mr. Speaker, on the significance of royal commissions, which it was suggested that we could dispense with that, but having sat through a large proportion of the Royal Commission hearings in Greymouth associated with the Pike River, it was a very significant event for the people involved, for the industries involved, and it's one which is beyond, to the best of my knowledge, any form of criticism. The public place a very high level of trust in a Royal Commission, and so it has been determined that those will be continued. The inquiries are important, and the opportunity to make inquiries, Mr. Speaker, are important to investigate mistakes, accidents, and ensure they don't happen again, to bring accountability and transparency, often to government, or to Parliament, in fact, and to better inform ministers and the public on important issues. The Inquiries Bill is important to the proposed inquiry into whey protein contamination, which was announced yesterday. Mr. Speaker, New Zealand has a reputation as a credible and trusted supplier of safe and suitable food to both domestic and international markets, and it is very important that that is so. The well-deserved reputation is a vital element in the continuing growth and productivity of the food industry. I had the privilege, Mr. Speaker, of working in the dairy industry for some 23 years earlier in my career, and also in being a fish... Yep. And, well, it gets better than that, Mr. Mallard. I was also a fish exporter, and I wouldn't have exported anything that was held up on that side of the House over the last week. In fact, it's a tribute to the industry, in fact, that in all the years of exporting fish, every week for, I think, about 15 years, I had, I think, 2 product complaints from product that was arrived. We used to do about 4 tonnes a week. Only 2 product complaints, which is an attestation, not to myself, but to the way the industry operates. New Zealand can be very proud of its food safety record. Being proud is not sufficient. We have to know it is good. We have to be able to inquire when things go wrong, and this bill will do that and facilitate that. It's a very significant bill, and I am particularly pleased to see the way it has received support right round the House. I commend the bill to the House, Mr. Speaker.
I call the Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for recognising